Welcome to Living the Sweet Life with Azucar. Living the Sweet Life with Azucar is a podcast by mental health therapist, spoken word artist, author, screenwriter, and playwright Simone Nicole, better known as Azucar, discussing what it is like to be creative in the working world in her interview segment Ask Azucar, finding solutions to any mental wellness questions in her Q&A segment Work Well Wednesdays, and spilling the tea in her special bi-weekly dating episodic Welcome to the Sugar Factory. Subscribers receive goodies on Freebie Fridays according to their tier level. Please remember to join the Sweet Teas on patreon.com/LA Sugar Factory. Hi, everyone. Oh my goodness, you guys have no idea who I have with me today. I'm like super excited because this person is very inspirational to me, but he geeks out over my poems. I'm still trying to figure that out. So we'll figure it out together. I'm going to let him introduce himself and then we'll get started. Go ahead.
So what's good, people? My name is Sean Hunter. My poetic name would be Dot Wordsmith, and I'm just glad to be here, man. The lovely artist Simone is a beautiful person, man. So I'm glad to be here.
Thank you, love. So tell the universe how you got started, why you got started, all those things.
Okay, so I would say about 3.5 years ago, I began performing my poetry. But before that, I began writing poetry about, I would say, 13 years ago, when my father transitioned. Um, and it's because he told me that he thinks I could be a writer. So when he transitioned, just to pay homage to him, I used my writing to, you know, I guess deal with his transitioning, and also pay homage. So when I was writing, I began writing poetry then, and it was never sad poetry or poetry that was like talking about him transitioning or how I felt. It was just more so of inspiring words to try to inspire others. And I would send it to different people, and they would say that was dope. And I appreciate them every single time they would tell me that. But I just want to really, I guess I've always been that type of person, man. I just wanted to always uplift people, and I guess since I guess he told me that I could be a writer, and he was right.
And it's funny how you say it started out of emotion,
Hmm.
and for you it was grief. For me, it was how do you want to say this? For me, it was feeling small. I don't know what
Mm,
emotion that would be, or
mm,
like invisible.
mm,
So I get the space where we feel this heaviness and we have to
mhm.
make sense of it. And
Right.
we use our art to do that. So that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
What is the most fun poem you have ever written, or and two-part
Hmm.
question, and the hardest poem to write?
Wow. Great question. Great question. My funnest poem, I think, was about my daughter. I don't remember it verbatim, but it was just saying it was kind of like a nursery rhyme type of thing too. Saying
Okay.
that I like to put a spin on my poetry. I try to take you down a journey with my writing. So even with that, one of my first poems was about her. She was about maybe about 3 years old at the time. And it was basically saying um, that she owed me. That she owed me for my eyes. We look very similar. She's the beautiful part of me. You know what I mean, so
Nice.
she has my eyes. I was saying she has my eyes. She has my personality. And then at the end of the poem, I was basically saying that she helped take me out of the funk that I was on. So then I said that in actuality, I owed her, and I ended it off like that. So that was one of the funnest poems that I've written. The hardest
Nice.
one was talking about my father. It was years before I finally wrote something completely surrounding him. I would throw different things about him, in my poetry. You know how he's such a great man to me.
Mhm.
Such the best man I've ever known to this day. But I finally wrote maybe last year was the first time. Last year was the first time I
Mhm.
finally wrote. Because I will always begin it and I start, crying or tearing up
Yeah.
or just couldn't get through it. You know what I mean? And finally I said, I gotta get some balls and finally do it. You know what I mean? So I made it. So I was the toughest one because it was about a decade of finally making it happen. Yeah.
Right. Sounds about right. It took me 7 to 8 years to admit the abuse that I suffered, and
Mm,
then to be able to fully create it into a poem.
mm,
It took a long time. So I definitely get that.
mm.
And I would say for the people out there trying to figure out words for things, there is no time limit.
Nope.
Let
Nope.
it let it fester, let it marinate, because this kind of art form we become conduits to the emotion. We become conduits to the spiritual. So take your time to do this and don't feel like, oh, I've only written 5 poems this year, so I ain't shit. We ain't going there. Think
Uh,
about more of like, this is for you. The process of poetry is for you. The
mhm,
shit, at least this is how I look at it. I'm gonna ask you how you look at it. But for me, the process of writing the poetry is for me. The sharing it is for the audience and how to help heal the audience. That's how
right,
I look at my work.
right.
Like, so what is your point of view on that?
So it's funny. I'm kind of the opposite. That I feel like my writing is all for the people. Um, Now what I get from it is, I guess, me. Now I guess I shouldn't even say guess. What I get from it is that I get joy of inspiring others, or educating others, or making people aware of certain things that people have to go through, or just being a voice. You know what I mean? Being a voice for the voiceless. People may have a lot of things on their plate or in their mind and what they want to get out, but they don't know how to articulate it, or they don't know how to put
Yeah.
it in a writing form, or even too embarrassed to say it. Because sometimes when you're in your own world, we're in a big world, but when you're in your own world, you believe you're the only person going through that one thing. So I'm always had some type of innate ability to empathize, and without even being there, um, for that person, I'm able to write, for that person. So I write, for the people. I found my purpose through writing, and what I get back from it is that people enjoy it, and people inspired to be better. They look at things a different way. They're educated about certain things. You know what I mean? Because sometimes how you put the, because we could all, as creative people, we could use our creativity to bash people, or to be like vulgar, or to be like pointing fingers. But when you're able to create a space where people are, excuse me, receptive to certain things, now that it'll be easier for them to digest what you're trying to convey. So once they're able to digest what you convey, now they can take that home with them and say, something, this is a different way for me to look at it. So that's why I do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, this man is smart. Okay, so his poems are
Oh no,
smart.
no, a
And
little bit,
I
a little
be
time.
sitting there thinking like, wait a minute, A plus B plus C,
It's
wait,
funny.
and then he went to
No,
Z and then he went back and like he be smart. So if y'all
don't
have
try.
not catch that in a minute, you need to. I don't know what you're doing with your life, but you need to be in the classroom with this man because he
I
will
appreciate
teach
you.
you on the stage. And I love you for that a million times over because I nerd out when I figure stuff out. So
Right.
I really do appreciate that
I
that
feel the
you're
same. I
able
feel the same.
to
I
educate
feel the
at the
same way
same
about
time.
you. I feel the same way about you, 100%. Every single
Really?
time. All the time. All the time. You have such a powerful, powerful voice. You're so educational. The way that you convey your message, when you're going through certain things, like you say, you've gone through certain things, but you put it in a way where people can feel it. and not in a way where they get scared away, like, oh, I don't want to touch that topic, because it's in a way like, oh man, I felt that way too, or I know somebody that felt that way too. So the ways you break things down and have such a strong, powerful voice, I love it, man. I sincerely mean that
Thank
too.
you so
Yeah.
much.
Hmm.
Oh man, okay.
Yeah.
Got a girl blushing over here.
That's wonderful.
But I have to give the flowers where the flowers are due. A lot of my reorganizing and my detailing is like growing from people like Abiodun.
Mm.
And because when we went to when I would do workshops, and I have to shout out Rain, because if Rain didn't bring me there, I wouldn't have learned.
Hmm.
So thank you, Rainmaker, for doing that. And this is the first and last time you will ever hear me say this for him, because you know Rain, so you understand. And so yeah, Abiodun has a lot to do with that, because I was doing a poem one workshop, and he was like, "Yeah, but you don't understand it. You're too much in your head. So
Hmm.
take us there. Like break it down a
Hmm.
little bit more. It's too smart."
Right,
Like, and I was like, I felt attacked, because I was like, I went to school and I studied
right,
and
right,
this and this.
right.
But then I was like, wait a minute. Like, I really want people to feel me. I really want people to go there with me. And so I
Hmm.
was like, okay, Pop, let me
Hmm.
rework. And so ever since then, I've been really focusing on the details and trying to make it very, very visceral, and trying to make like connection with everything. Because I feel like now that we have screens,
Hmm.
and now that we're trying to be connected through the airwaves, we're
Hmm.
missing that touch.
Hmm.
And so any which way that I can bring that to everyone is a check mark on my list.
And you see the growth
Thank
from
you.
maybe even just last year of me being around you and see you perform. You can see that growth that you just spoke about, where because you've all, like I said, you talk about me being smart. I don't even know what smart means. You know what I mean, but you are highly intelligent. You can tell that, and when you convey your message, you know, it's spots where people may not know exactly the word that you may have used, or what you're talking about, but the way you surround it with other things that are very tangible is how you put
Mhm.
it together. So now they just learned something. You know what I mean, they didn't even think they was gonna learn. You know what I mean, so yeah, you do it beautifully, for real.
Thank you so much. Speaking of
Hmm.
learning, because I want to bring back to your daughter, because I really want you to tell them about this book, and I definitely do need my copy, and I'm definitely gonna get the copy. And yeah, I have another question in, but slow down. So yes,
Hmm.
let's talk about this book. Why are you writing it? Where did it stem from? What are we gonna learn from this beautiful book that you have out?
I appreciate that. So going back, my oldest daughter, who's on the cover, um, she I call her my little genius, and she really is a genius for real. She's an avid reader, and so at the time though, I was doing so many hours at work, and I have three children. So she's my oldest. I have another a male child, which is another girl, my other daughter, and I have a son, a younger son. Um, so at the time though, I was trying to navigate my time to So let me go back. So when me and my oldest daughter, we have such a tight bond, right? I have tight bond
Mhm.
with all my three kids, but we have like a special bond. And at the time though, she was starting to act out a little bit, and that's so not like her. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that as I'm not just saying it because I'm her father. That's just not her.
Mhm.
My other two are like that, but it's not her. So at the time, I was like, I don't know what's going on. I finally figured out that she was kind of jealous of me sharing my time with my other
Mhm.
two kids, um, because she was so used to us having such hang up time. But it was difficult because doing all those hours at work, I was trying to navigate through that. So long story even longer, I know she loves reading. She goes through three novels every single week. I'm not even playing about that either. Yeah, for real. Like 300 plus pages every single week, about three novels. And she gets tight.
Wow.
Yeah, she gets tight too because she be like, man, I gotta wait. a month or 2 months for the next because she likes to do series. Like, Dad, I gotta wait
Okay.
2 months. I'm like, listen, you don't want to be a speed reader. That's up to you. You know what I mean? So anyway, so I said, you know something? I took her one day. We went to Queens College because I'm from Queens. So we went to Queens College one Sunday, and I gave her a notepad and a pen, and I took one, and we basically jot down some ideas and create this book. Now, I didn't think it was going to be like this novel because this novel it turned to be a novel. It's 275
Mm.
pages, and I thought it was going to be like a comic book, maybe like 20 pages at the very most. But as I'm going through it, I could see how it could touch other people as well and affect other people as well. It was just going to be specifically for her, but that's something this could really touch other people as well. So I kept going. So each character in the book is named by her, and each chapter, each
Nice.
page, each sentence, I was going by with her to make sure that she loved it and enjoyed it.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, thank you. So I want to tell everybody was a complete what it's about, but it's a fictional story, um, inspired by my daughter, which so the main character has her characteristics, has a lot of her characteristics. And it's a fictional
Mhm.
story about a girl that after an accident at her mother's hair salon, she was electrocuted. And she survived and that she's recovering. Her and her parents come to realize that she developed abilities depending on what hairstyle she has. So she has
It's
braids,
so
she has braids.
fun. I am
Thank you.
like geeking out. Like I cannot wait to read it. I have not got it yet because I know I can't
Right.
sit with it.
Right.
But I will get it when I can sit with it and be like in there because that is so dope. That
So
is so dope.
So real quick, I'm gonna just give you a quick snippet of it. So, because you asked about what's like the details. So the abilities that the girl goes through is just the surface of the story. So it's
Hmm.
very family oriented. I can't articulate like my daughter, but and like the dynamic between the main character daughter, the girl, and the father is so important. Um, with the his wife and all that type of stuff. Because as she's going through these abilities, she's trying to figure out like why did God give me these type of abilities? Like she's starting to be down on herself, and the mother is more of a I wouldn't say a pessimist. I would just say that she's more so worried about the girls, the girls' abilities, how other people would think like, yo, scientists may start finding her and trying to do
Oh yeah,
experiments.
she's
You know what I'm saying?
protecting
Right.
her.
Right. So the father is more so like, something? He's more of an optimist. He's like, something? God gave you these abilities to help other people out because she's naturally like that. You know what I mean? In the book, he's naturally like that. So she's using these abilities to help out different situations. I'm gonna give you one chapter of it. Well, it's like two chapters.
You can give me
Uh,
a little bit,
yeah, I'm gonna give you a
because
quick
I
snippet.
want
So
everybody to buy this book.
now I'm gonna give you a quick snippet. So
Mm.
there's one time there's a teacher who is mistreating students in a class, right? And no one knows about it though, except for the students. No one knows about it. And she peeped how he acts with them. So through one of her abilities, I say she was able to turn invisible, and she was able to record what the teacher was doing, and to give it to the principal. So
Okay.
so things like that happens
All
during
right.
this whole year. So these type of things happen throughout. There's many more. There's many more things that happen. So that's what she's
Basically,
about.
what I'm learning is that once I can sit my butt down and finish the adventures
Right,
of Azucar and Adobo,
right.
what's the main character's name again?
Shelby.
So Azucar Adobo and Shelby need to
Right.
like team up for
Facts.
something because it's similar to my comic thing that I'm working on is similar like that, except it's not her hairstyle. It's like after she broke a bone, because I broke a bone. So after she broke
Mm.
a bone, she got some powers.
Mm-hmm.
And because we're about community, her best friend inherits powers because they're so connected.
Mm.
So
I
like
love
yeah,
that.
I definitely yeah. So like sequels gonna happen. So y'all need to be paying attention to the podcast. You never know when we're gonna drop a little bit. So
Hmm.
please keep listening,
Yeah, I'm gonna
and
make a
we'll see
series of this
what
book for sure.
happens.
I'm making a series of this
Yeah,
book for sure, for sure.
that would be so dope, so
Hmm.
dope. So since your dad said that you would be a writer and you did poetry and now you're in this novel,
Hmm.
which form do you gravitate towards more?
Wow. So poetry, um, I guess it would just be an ability of mine. You know what I mean? I've been blessed to have that. And people tend to love it, and I'm so graceful about that, gracious about that. But I'm more of a writer. Like right now, I'm writing screenplays to the book. I'm making a TV series. I'm writing
Um,
screenplays. I'm writing movie screenplays as well. You know, I'm working with somebody now. I just procrastinate so damn much, so I gotta make it happen. You know what I mean? That's like
We
my
gotta we gotta
oh
put
man,
ourselves on a schedule because I
oh
have
my
the
God.
same thing with my co-writer. Like we gotta put ourselves on a schedule so we make sure. I gotta do the Christian Keys schedule every Sunday
Mm,
at a certain time.
right.
Every Sunday, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and you should do it too.
No, I have to do it, man. Like I said, that's funny. I was talking to this guy yesterday at this event. I was like, yo, if I could choke myself, I would, man, because it's like, yo, I gotta get on the ball, man. Because writing screenplays that people don't know is different than writing a novel.
Yes, yes.
It's so because it's the way it's structured and the way that Hollywood structured it, is a structure that everybody abides by. So you have to have
Well,
this set. Well, majority.
yeah, the majority of, well, considering what your book is about, yeah, you do have the hero's journey structure going on. So
Mm.
it's just if you want to keep it that way, or you want to throw a wrench in it, throw a twist in it, you could always twist it. We
No,
just
no,
have,
no, not.
yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Again, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
no, no, go ahead.
So yeah, no. As far as throwing twists, of course, you can switch it up. And, as writers, you can always switch it up. You have to be. Well, what I mean by structure is a set structure to how a screenplay is set and how it's made. So if you could look it up, you could just go into YouTube and see how screenplays are written.
Yeah,
So the way screenplays are written, it's different from a novel or any
yeah,
other type of work.
definitely,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
So I had to learn that, you know what I mean? And
Okay.
now that I have it, I just gotta get with it, man, and finish it up. Yeah.
Actually have a master's in film. So so
Mm,
film writing specifically. So I definitely know what you're talking about,
no
which
doubt.
is why, and I'm gonna say this because y'all know like I'm a film geek also
Mm,
as well as a writer geek, but I do say I have issues sometimes with Mr. Tarantino.
mm,
Because when you learn the film structure of how films are supposed to be written, how they're
mm,
supposed to be presented, and
mm,
then you read a Quentin Tarantino script, you're like,
mm.
he threw out all the rules of film school
Right,
on his script.
right.
And I'm just like, what is going on? And then with him, you're like, okay. And so I literally asked this in class. I was like, but Quentin Tarantino don't do none of this. Quentin Tarantino sometimes even has spelling mistakes, and that drives me crazy. And so she's like, he can do that because he's also producing it. So he's writing it in a way of a screenwriter
Mm-hmm.
and a
Mm-hmm.
producer at the same time.
100%. 100%. I was gonna say that to you. 100%. That's
Yeah.
what it is. You know what I mean? It's two things. So once you're in the door, you can do what the hell you want, right?
Right.
But I'm certain,
We're trying
but
to
I'm
get in
certain,
there.
right? Me as well. So once you're in the door, you can switch it up, right? But you have to have something in the beginning for that. You know what I mean? Because obviously you want to be able to do your own thing, but at least get in the door first. Like I say with anybody, even with school, right? School is set standards and certain things. Learn that way and also learn the way that your creativity brings you as well. But you don't have to have both because you have to get in the door first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, Tarantino, same thing. Yes, he just goes whatever way he goes with. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
And
I
it
love him,
hurts
man,
my
because
head sometimes.
I love it though because it's creativity. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
I hate not hate, but I don't like when people are are set in a way. Everybody's doing the same
Yeah.
exact thing. It's
Same.
boring. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so I like how he's able to do that. Like, obviously he's different from Steven Spielberg, and then who's my favorite, and and so many other different ones. So, but I
Mm-hmm.
like that. We need diversity when it comes to these type of art because we hate to see the same thing. You know.
Yes, very true, very true. Let's see, who would you want to work with on poetry side, like, and then on the film and TV side, like, who are your vision board people?
Hmm. On a poetry side, I've never really thought about that. To be honest with you, I don't have anybody in particular right now that I would think to
Mm-hmm.
work with on the poetry side. Um, as I mentioned, though, Steven Spielberg, as far as on the writing side, I would love to work with him. I love Ryan Coogler. Um,
Nice.
let's see.
Okay.
Um, he's such a phenomenal writer, and he takes chances.
Yeah.
I mean, he takes chances. He's a great
Yeah.
producer, and he keeps his footing on the concrete, meaning that he keeps his ear to the ground. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
he knows he's able to articulate both. You know what I mean? As far as what's going on in the hood, what's going on just in the world. You know what I mean? And also what's going on in Hollywood as well, and able to mesh that. So
Mm-hmm.
those two guys, I would love to work with for sure. Just off the top of my head.
You went with Ryan before me. You better call me.
I got you. I got
Period.
you. I
Because
got you.
my vision board is Ryan
Mm.
and Michael and Devon Franklin.
Who's that? Devon Franklin.
He let me see. He worked for Sony for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he did like jumping the broom, and now he's
Mm.
branching out on his own thing. So he's doing a lot of Christian-based content because he also
Mm.
is a pastor. And I was like,
Dope,
yo, like
dope.
I have these things. So they're working on, I think they're almost done. I think maybe season one of it.
Mm.
It's called they're doing the story of Ruth. And so if anybody knows, I'm real tight because something like this has been sitting in my notebook for years.
Wow.
4 years. And to see now that Devon Franklin is doing it, it
Mm-hmm.
makes me happy, but I'm also
Mm.
sad because I'm not part of the project.
Oh no.
You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
so he does a lot of Christian based things. So I definitely want to team up with him on that side of my brain. I have a few ideas, a few books of the Bible that I want to put my finger on to make into TV shows and
I love that.
movies and stuff. In addition to just regular life with
Right.
with Ryan. And then I also want to work with Shonda Rhimes because everybody
Uh,
calls me my writing partner calls me Shonda 2.0, so I'm definitely down to do anything Shonda at any point in any time.
I,
So
it's so funny. I was trying to remember her name. I can't remember her name, but yeah, her too, man. Love her, man.
yeah,
Love her.
yeah.
She did that long. It was like a hospital TV show, right? It
Grey's
was
Anatomy. I have been a
Green Asthma.
stan since episode 1 minute 1.
That's funny.
And
Yep.
it's funny because when I was in film school, we had an activity where it said write a scene
Mm-hmm.
for a TV show,
Mm.
and then we'll talk about it.
Mm.
So I wrote a scene for Grey's Anatomy when they were on break.
Mm.
And literally, I kid you not, um, after they came off break, the first episode had similar movements as to what I had written during for my
Wow.
class.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, Lord, I'm on the pulse. Now it's just how do I get in these rooms? Because
That's
like
it.
I feel those characters so
Mm-hmm.
much
Mm-hmm.
that I was able to write this, and it actually played out a good like 80% of what I thought was gonna happen actually happened.
Wow.
And so I was like, okay, I can do this then.
You could definitely do it. I see you there. I can see you there, man.
Thank you so
And
much.
and I definitely got you because I'm gonna make it happen myself. So you're
Yes.
going to definitely be
Yes.
one of the people I will speak up for sure, because we
Please,
all have
please
to.
do. Please do.
No, we all have to get there. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you know, still sharpens steel. You know what I mean? So it makes us better as well. And we need a different was it, the same old people, not what I mean by old in age, but the
Yeah.
same
We need
people.
to
We need some,
spice up the world.
yeah,
We need to
yeah,
spice up.
we need to
Yeah.
spice it up. Yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
So awesome. Okay. What is some advice you give to writers
Hmm.
coming up?
Mm. Um, First I would say to study the great ones. Um, and don't study them to be like them. But incorporate some of their tools, some of their work habits, some of their abilities into your own writing. That's one. Um, After that, I would say work on the craft, man. Try to write every day, even if it's a couple of sentences or whatever it is. If you have a journal, just keep practicing, keep practicing, keep practicing. You will get better and better. And remember that you have a voice. I know this may sound corny or whatever, but there's no one who shares our fingerprint, meaning that each individual is different. Each one. We may look alike, we may sound alike, we may talk alike. But each individual is different, which means that we need your voice as well. Don't think like, oh, these people, all these people that came before me, they already there, they wouldn't like me. No, they need your voice as well. So be confident in your writing. How you become more confident in your writing is by continuing to write, continuing to practice, even if it sounds horrible. People don't may not like it. Continue to practice, work on it. Um, Also, understand when someone is trying to bash you and somebody's trying to give you constructive criticism. You know, listen,
That's a good
listen,
one.
listen to all of it. You know what I mean? Hear it all, um, and try to improve. But understand that everyone's not trying to bash you, and some people are just hating on you because they don't have the ability that you do. But don't let that deter you from trying to improve, because we can get stuck in our own head and say, something, maybe I really ain't that good. You know what I mean, but guess what? Just because that one person doesn't like it doesn't mean that you should stop. No one just becomes great just by waking up. I mean, we all, everybody,
That's
whoever
very
it is, whether it be a sport, whether it be entertainment, whether it be writing, like we just saying, whether it be dancing, no one just wakes up and becomes great. They may be good. Some people have innate abilities, but no one becomes great without unless you are consistent and you continue to work on your craft. And like I said, educate yourself on certain things. I had to do the same thing because I didn't go to school like you did. You're the real smarty pants. You call me smart. You're the real smarty pants. I didn't go to school for writing. You know what I mean? Most of my writing or what I've learned from it is from YouTube. I've learned how to do screenplays on YouTube. You know what I mean? I've learned
Mhm.
about different writers. Um, you know, looking at just certain things or remembering things when I was in school. You know what I mean? And then now
Mhm.
double back in and going into that. So educate yourself and seeing their journey, because you'll see somebody like a J.K. Rowling, right?
Yes.
Who's had this wonderful wonderful series. I've never read it, but I know that obviously it's such a great book because everyone loves it. Great book, great movie as well, right? But guess what? She had humble beginnings, So
She
when you
was, I think
understand,
she was rejected like 40 times.
man, so many times, right? And so you understand these type of things. Even one of my favorite writers of all time is Stephen King, right? And the same thing with him. They used to throw his papers out, say you're garbage, this and that, or look into something else, do something, but he kept going. And now look who he is. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get down on ourselves. We get that. There's nothing about that. But keep moving forward. If you feel that you've been blessed to do something, right? Then you know something, go for it. Even if you don't, just for people that you may not feel so strongly with God, right? That's okay too. Hopefully you do get there. But if you feel like you have an ability or you have a calling, or when you wake up, you're thinking about the same thing. When you go to sleep, you're thinking about the same thing. While you're driving, while you're walking, while you're playing with your friends. If these things come across your head, that means you're supposed to be doing it because that's how God moves. Whether you believe
Yes.
strongly in God or not, God doesn't do stuff as a scream or yelling. He'll whisper to you. And those are the whispers. Those are the whispers like, you know something? This is what you're supposed to be doing. Now look into it. You know what I mean? So yeah. Sorry to give you a long
Yeah.
version, but yeah.
No, that's great. That's real, real great. I have one more question for you. Well, kind of two. We have a
Yes,
few
ma'am.
minutes left, but why did you make your name, or who gave you your name? And where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Mm, two great questions. I told you to smart your pants. Um, so people always have their names as like poet something or something like that, but I don't really consider myself a poet. I've seen, to me, Langston Hughes is a poet. You know what I mean? The epitome of a poet. Even James Baldwin. You know what I mean? Those to me are poets. To me, I'm a wordsmith. I think I believe that I'm great with words. So, and my name is Sean. So I want to throw a little something to it. So that's why I put the S. Dot Wordsmith. So because I don't think I'm a poet, even though people say I'm a poet, and I'm blessed to be called that, to be in the lineage of that, because so many greats have come before me, and so many greats will come after me. But I believe I'm more so of a wordsmith. And 5 years.
Mhm.
5 years what we just talked about, man.
To do your films?
Creating movies, man, creating
All
TV shows,
right.
man, and making it happen, man. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Because
we will do that. We will do that. It will
we
happen
will.
for us.
Yep,
So
for
in our
sure.
last minute, I want you to tell everybody where they can find you at
Yes, ma'am.
so that they can like witness the trajectory of S. Dot Wordsmith.
First of all, thank you for the platform. I really, really appreciate you. But yes, you can find me on Instagram at S.dot_wordsmith. Again, that's S.dot_wordsmith. Or on Facebook, my real name, Sean Hunter, SeanHunter.
So awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this interview tonight and definitely go get his book and tell them the name of the book.
The name of the book is Shelby's Heroics. So let me got the book right here for me, so you can check it out real quick. You can see it.
Shelby's her Heroics.
The Heroics.
Wordplay. I love it.
Yes, 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 yes. Heroics. So yeah, so
Heroics. I am here
heroics. So
for it. Yeah,
right.
Shelby's Heroics. You
Shelby's
better go
heroics. So
get that because trust and
right.
believe I will. And then I will be
Yes, ma'am.
asking if you need an actress. I'm here too.
It's on.
But
It's on. Yep.
enjoy your night, everyone. And yeah, until next time, it's been wonderful.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for listening to Living the Sweet Life with Azucar. Check us out on Instagram at La Vida Dulce Pod and at LA Sugar F on Twitter, and join the Sweet Teas crew on our Patreon to get behind the scenes access, exclusive first looks, and customized Azucar Welcome to the Sugar Factory merch. Check out our website, sweetlifewithazucar.libsyn.com, and don't forget to DM us at La Vida Dulce Pod for your questions for the Work Well Wednesday segment. See you next week with Welcome to the Sugar Factory and the next installment of Sugary Scandal and Entanglements.